Hello, Supercars in Seconds here. Today we got a fun one of the most aggressive SUVs that you can buy, the BMW X3M. Man, boy, that straight six just pulls like an animal. Just a beautiful looking car. I love this big splitter down here, just really very impressive. The big grills, they're all going to that big grill now in the BMW line, just fantastic. I love the X3M badging on the side. They've really separated it from the conventional X3 with wheel. I mean, this is a monster, big 265 21 diameter wheel. Huge big rear spoiler, very impressive little lips and edges on it. Very, very nice to look at. Let's pop underneath the roundel here. We got a little rubber button that will open that up for us. And a very useful size. I love the mats are still packed up on this particular one. They got the little M colors on the side there, which is always nice when you open the door to see that. 40, 20, 40. What's fun about those rear seats, and this opens up very high too, which is great. But what's fun about those rear seats, I got a little button here where I can actually recline them. They're in the reclined position there, but I can bring them to about here as well, which is very cool. One finger ready to fold the seats down, just pull it and down it goes. And if I go back into the back, you can see it's over 6 feet from here now, from here up to there is over 6 feet. So plenty of storage space in the back. Of course, just one touch here. We'll drop that big high tailgate down. It operates very quickly, which is rather nice. Let's have a look in the front here, passenger side. Beautiful carbon fiber work everywhere and a bigger section than you might think. It's really nice to look at. All soft-touch leathers everywhere. The contrast stitching is beautiful, of course. It really picks up the outside when you see the stitching on the seats and so on. Supremely adjustable, of course, and just beautiful stitching and shapes within the seat. Really very, very impressive. More carbon fiber on the center dash. Of course, you get lots of M badges, which is always fun and much appreciated. Carbon fiber work and lots of gloss black. People complain about, I actually like the gloss black. You just got to keep it clean. I keep a microfiber in the door over there, for example, and you just give it a wipe down now and again and it stays nice and clean and super cool looking. Adjustability of the transmission shifts here. You can make them much more aggressive or softer depending on what mood you're in. So underneath this beautiful badge, we have that monster of a motor. Look at this strut brace. Gosh, I've touched it. It's a pretty big size, very impressive. So we got a 3-litre 6-cylinder engine under here, twin turbocharged, of course, producing 473 horsepower, but 442 pounds of torque. That runs through an 8-speed transmission driving all 4 wheels. Of course, being an M car, it does have some tricks in the clutch packs and everything back there, where I can put 100% of the power to the rear. So, of course, BMW standing for Bavarian Motor Works, Bayerische Motorkenwerk, or something like that, has always had those beautiful kidney grills. Let me show you a history of those grills and how they've changed shape over the years. So, driver's eye view, we got that beautiful M wheel, of course, super thick rim on it, really excellent at 10 and 2. The wonderful M stitching, of course, with the 2 shades of blue and the red, just beautiful in the stitching. Programmable buttons, of course, where you can save everything to each one, so just bang, saves you going through all the settings down here. You can set them as like a memory position just here, which is rather fun, as the M1 and the M2 button. So in that beautiful display, right at the top there, it'll show the different modes that we're in up here. If I'm going to push the M button here, it'll change it a bit. I'm going to push it again by confirming, and then it shows I'm in Sport Plus for suspension and Sport Plus for steering. So let's take this thing out for a drive and see how she goes. Okay, so let's take off in this big monster. We'll come to a dead stop. Because we're in the Sport Plus, I have to shift manually with these lovely metal paddles. Let's just hit it. Gosh. Boy, you would never think this is an SUV. Boy, a tiny bit of movement, but not that much. Very, very good through Batman's corner here. And let's just hit it. Man. Boy, that straight six just pulls like an animal. We got a 15.6-inch front rotor. Let's give it a good whack here. Very, very good. Again, hides the fact that it's an SUV. Do you know, from 70 miles an hour, it's exactly the same distance in stopping as the M3 sedan. So, very impressive for a much heavier car. So, coming down towards our right-hander, a little bit higher speed there. It's powerful. Let's see how she goes through here. Boy, very good. I was sort of bracing, ready for it to lean, and she just squatted down and shot out. Very impressive. Gosh. Brake feel is really good on the car. Steering also. The M cars are always heavy steering, but I kind of like that. It feels so different than regular cars today. They've gone so light. It's electric, but it feels very much like a hydraulic rack. I can feel the road through the steering wheel. This huge center screen actually responds to gestures. So if I spin here, I can adjust the volume up and back down again. Very, very impressive. Also, once that disappears, if I point at it quickly, it will skip the radio station down. So very, very impressive. This is the backup camera here. You can see this little circle when you go into reverse. If I turn the little wheel here, there's little orange things illuminated, and I push down on here, it gives me several points then around the car that I can turn the little wheel and change my perspective view on the car. That to me is just absolutely fabulous. Imagine trying to reverse into a tight space now. You can actually see down the side of the vehicle, so you're not going to hit a wall or a post or whatever you might think. It seems to reverse the image on the camera. Very, very impressive. So that's the BMW X3M. What a fun vehicle. It gives you all that practicality of the big SUV on the back, but it's not huge. Its weight doesn't pull it around on the road. Those great big brakes, the power is intoxicating. Really a fun vehicle to be around. I'd appreciate you subscribing to the channel if you don't mind. I'd love you to be a part of this. We're having some fun with all sorts of wonderful cars. I'm very fortunate to get to drive some of the best cars in the world. So please subscribe and be a part of that. We're having some fun. I'll put some extra videos. You can just touch on these and they'll start to play. Here I'm going to put the Audi Q8 that we did recently. And over here I'll put the Range Rover Autobiography, the long wheelbase car. So that's a lot of fun. I'll catch up with you soon. Thank you.